I remember seeing a cartoon once. A guy's looking up to heaven. He says, God, there's all this violence, there's all this poverty, there's all this injustice. Why don't you do something about it? And the voice comes down from the sky. I did. I created you. So I think I'm just one of the people who's going to help people. And it came down to this healthcare issue. That's where it seemed to play out. Come, enter the joy of your Lord. Because I was hungry and you gave me to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me to drink. I was naked and you clothed me. Homeless and you sheltered me. Sick in the hospital or in prison and you came to minister to me. And the people will say, when, Lord, did we see you hungry, thirsty, naked, homeless, in prison, and take care of you? And Jesus will say, what you did to the least of your brothers and sisters, you did to me. My name is Father Scott C. Toller. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the United States. I'm a Catholic priest in the Franciscan Order of Capuchins. The two main things that drew me to be a Capuchin was they were known for their preaching. And quite young, I was being told that I was a decent speaker. And the other thing was their work with the poor. When Pope John Paul II came to Puebla in Mexico, he told the bishops that they should have a fundamental option for the poor. So that really resonated with me. Strengthened by my becoming a Franciscan, because it's very obvious the life of St. Francis. He himself lived a poor life and was very concerned that his brothers would also try to help the poor in whatever way they could. Some of my modern heroes came along. Archbishop Romero, Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa of Calcutta. She was followed around one day being interviewed also, and at the end of it, the interviewer said, Mother Teresa, there's no doubt that you're doing good work, but in light of the enormity of the problem, do you think you're very successful? And with a twinkle in her eye, she said, I don't think God is necessarily calling me to be successful, He's calling me to be faithful. So in my own approach, did I have any delusions of grandeur that I was going to change the society in Oaxaca? No, but every person you help, that makes some ripples in the larger society. So I visited Oaxaca for the very first time in November of 1998. From my earliest time, I was dealing with young professional people in Oaxaca. They had a dream, they had a hunger for justice, and I was inspired by that. And they were some of the people who first helped with us setting up La Clinica. But then I started to also meet other people beside the professionals. And you can't help but fall in love with the people because they're gentle, they're humble, their kids are beautiful. They're shy, but after a while they warmed up to me. Of course, they had some rough time pronouncing my name, Scott. I remember I was going out to one of the areas that we were helping, and there was a big sign, Bienvenido Padre Scoot. It was S-C-O-O-T. Well, the people with me took pictures of that, so that became a real source of humor even back here. So some of my friends call me Padre Scoot. What I did was to come back and start telling people about this dream I had to raise money to build a clinic. And I told them about what poverty I did experience during my very first 5 days there. And I have ability to get people to buy into my vision. And it turns out now that I have the ability to raise money.
La Clínica del Pueblo para mí representa la concreción de un ideal, de una persona que realmente tiene una idea de lo que es apoyar al prójimo. Esto es el concepto real, al menos yo como médico, de lo que es la medicina. La medicina, independientemente de cómo se ha tornado, es humanismo.
In the beginning, I was going down 2, maybe 3 times a year because there was a lot of rapid growth. Building-wise, it went up within basically 6 years. But the other way to tell the growth was obviously the number of people coming. The first big stage was what we did with eyes. Our ophthalmologist department became a big part of it. There's eye problems down there. People get it because of the sun and because of the dust. So cataracts is a big issue. So we started to do lots and lots of cataracts.
Me llamo Ofelia Rojas Cruz. Vine para que me operen de la vista. Tiene catarata. Eso es lo que tiene mi ojo izquierdo. Pues acá vine porque pues no cobran caro. Pues mañana me van a operar del ojo para quitarme la catarata. Yo le pido mucho a Dios que me dé tranquilidad. Que me dé tranquilidad para que yo pueda salir bien. Porque yo ya ahorita no puedo trabajar. No puedo trabajar porque como quedé viuda. No.
¿Este es de él? No, una que es más traumática.
Ajá.
Por eso le dije a mis hijos, le voy a echar ganas. En que sea bolsitas voy a vender al mercado para poder subsistir, ¿no? Porque también es mucha carga para mis hijos.
Next area of growth is when we decided that we would have an operating room, x-ray room. And then the last area of growth is when we decided that we needed to go to the people. So our community health program, going into the kindergartens, going into the mountains.
Lo que le aqueja a esta comunidad principalmente son las enfermedades crónicas degenerativas. Principalmente tratamos personas con diabetes, hipertensión, problemas osteomusculares y trabajamos con población adulta.
También se dice que son muy altas en azúcar y realmente lo que está pasando ahorita.
Yo llevo trabajando en comunidades indígenas desde hace como 15 años. Para mí no nada más es un acto de curar. Yo creo que para mí significa entrar en un proceso de aprendizajes porque yo al venir a comunidad realmente aprendo también.
In general, anybody that wants to work at the clinic, actually they have to go through a process of understanding the poor, understanding the mission and the vision of the hospital. So one of the things we emphasize is show great respect, great compassion, patience. The other thing is because we don't charge the people a great deal, at least for the initial consult, they have to take a lower salary. So they really have to have a heart for the poor. The majority of the people behind the clinic are people who heard me preaching and caught on fire for what I wanted to do. I didn't go into a lot of the gory details because I find that the television keeps on showing these starving kids, and after a while people just shut their hearts down. I took a much more positive approach that we could do this, we could do that, we could do that. Here are the people who are helping. You can trust me with the finances. I have people on the ground, and they just caught on to it. And they would be people primarily in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. And as I grow older, they're more around my age. And it really from individuals, from donations from $10 to $1,000.
Clarisa padece de las anginas crónicas, así me dijo el otorrino que está en el Hospital del Pueblo. Y por eso mismo me dijo que era necesario que a ella la van a operar.
Buenas tardes. ¿Ya vinieron a su consulta?
Ya.
Bueno, vamos a checar.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes. Mire, Clarisa va a pasar a consulta pediatría con la doctora Cindy.
Bueno, la tos, cuando le da ese seca ese, ¿verdad? ¿A ella? Ajá. Sí, desde entonces.
A ver, tantito, ¿eh?
Respira.
I think the future of the clinic lies by its mission statement and vision statement with the poor. That was my dream. As I get older, I think there are people on the ground in my board up here who are absolutely committed to my dream, so I think they will oversee that the clinic is faithful to the dream and to its mission statement and vision statement. And I believe that the clinic can go on for decades and decades to do what they do with the right heart, the right mind, and the right commitment.
Gracias a la Clínica del Pueblo y al Padre Scott.
Le doy gracias a la Clínica del Pueblo y al Padre Scott por apoyarme con mi hija.
Padre Scott, muchas gracias.
Padre Scott, muchas gracias. Un saludo desde la clínica, que Dios los bendiga.
Padre Scott, gracias a la Clínica del Pueblo.
Muchas gracias, Padre Scott.
Muchas gracias, Padre Scott.
Muchas gracias, Padre Scott.
Muchas gracias, Padre Scott.
Gracias por darnos la oportunidad de seguir colaborando para la clínica, y usted sabe que tenemos la camiseta bien puesta.
Hola, buenas tardes, Padre Scott. Muchas gracias.
Gracias, Padre Scott, por haber fundado esta institución aquí en Oaxaca.
Gracias, Padre Scott, por todo lo que le ha dado a los oaxaqueños. Espero Dios le siga dando mucha vida para que lo siga apoyando.
Gracias, Padre Scott. Gracias, Padre Scott.
You know, one of the last songs in the musical Les Miserables, one of the very last songs has this line in it, because I always finished my 5-minute radio show every Sunday with that line. I always said, now remember, to love another person is to see the face of God. And I think that's really played a big part in my life.